September 30th, 2020. You know, I've long since given up hope that what passes for a televised presidential debate in this country will produce an enlightened discussion of the issues of the day, let alone persuade anyone to change their opinion of the candidates. But last night, wow. Between the schoolyard taunts, "You're number two. Yeah, well, you're a clown. Don't ever call me stupid. Will you shut up, man?" and empty threats, "Proud Boys, stand down and stand by. A lot more people are going to die unless he gets a lot smarter." The two presidential hopefuls humiliated themselves and embarrassed the country. These two septuagenarians were less entertaining than Sesame Street's Statler and Waldorf, and way less educational. I expected no less from Trump, but way to take the high road, Joe. And poor Chris Wallace. Here he was expecting to host an episode of Political Apprentice. Instead, he got all the insults of a Maury Povich marathon, but with less class shown by the combatants. And they want to put the nation through this garbage 2 more times? Please, for the love of whatever's left to love in this old world, spare us. Since at least 1980, presidential debates have been more about getting off a well-timed, if overly rehearsed, line than actually discussing governing philosophy and policy. These events have provided varying degrees of entertainment with almost no real substance. But last night's display was a shit show wrapped in a clusterfuck. When one of the participants wasn't summoning his brown shirt thugs or hurling childish insults at his opponent and the moderator, the other was pleading for the clown to shut up. The only thing each man proved is that neither of them is fit to be president. The interruptions from both, let's call them gentlemen, were humiliating to watch. Neither of them offered anything in the way of policy. And of course there was no give and take, just incessant talking over and past each other as if trying to prove that volume makes right. And any time Biden pleaded his only case, that you should vote for him because he's not that guy, well, that guy showed me why it may actually be a winning argument in this horror house of an election. Pundits ranging the gamut from CNN to the New York Times were shocked that Trump questioned the integrity of the balloting, but not that of many of the bigots who support him. Guys, that's kind of his brand, and it's exactly what makes him so endearing to his base. Meanwhile, these same wise men and women have been falling all over themselves in praising Biden for managing to remain upright for 2 hours without slobbering all over himself. All in all, you gotta admit, that's a pretty low bar for a prospective leader of the free world, which, by the way, the United States no longer is, largely because of displays like last night's. Back in the day, 2012, presidential candidates went after their opponent's position on healthcare or foreign relations. They disagreed while remaining respectful and respectable. Hell, even the closest the Gipper ever came to a personal attack was a gentle, "There you go again," admonishment. And now, in the year of our COVID 2020, we got more than an hour and a half of name-calling and bullying on one side, countered by much the same on the other. It would almost be funny if only running the country weren't considered such serious business. The nation is ill. Those performances were a disgrace.